Today we are going to discuss how to calculate the natural frequency of free undamped vibrations experimentally and theoretically. So aim of the experiment is to determine the natural frequency of single degree free undamped vibrations analytically and experimentally. So the case 1 is for the longitudinal vibrations, and for the longitudinal vibration the case taken is spring mass system. So this we have already discussed during the classes, where there is a spring and mass is attached at the end of the spring and the spring is having the stiffness K. When we subject it to this spring for some acceleration, it is get displaced by an amount x. So if you see the free body diagram, where acceleration is acting in the downward direction, so inertia force will act in the upward direction, and this is the resistance provided by the spring, which is called as Kx. So according to the D'Alembert's principle, the summation of all the external forces should be equal to 0. So mx double dot inertia force plus kx equal to 0, and this is called as equation of motion of free undamped vibration. Rearranging the terms, we will get x double dot is equal to x double dot plus k upon m is equal to 0, where this term is called as the natural frequency of free vibrations, where k is stiffness in Newton per meter and m is the mass in kilogram, and the unit is radian per second. So we calculate that frequency in hertz omega n upon 2 pi, which is given by 1 upon 2 pi and the root of k upon m hertz. So this is the way to calculate the theoretical frequency of the given system. Now we will calculate the experimental value of this frequency and verify that. Before that, we will find out the stiffness of the given spring. So our next step is to determine the stiffness of the given spring. Suppose this is the spring which we are going to use for the experimental purpose. So this is the spring having stiffness K, and we are going to attach some mass at the end of the spring. So that we will measure the initial length of the spring, that is L, and we attach some mass at the end of the spring, and because of that mass the spring is get extended or deflection will take place, and we measure the new length as L1. So if we subtract L1 minus L, so final length minus initial length, will get the value of delta, that is the deflection in the spring, and we know that the stiffness is equal to force per unit deflection. So mass, that is m, so multiplied by G 9.81, so we will get the force or load divided by deflection, we will get the value of stiffness. Now we will perform the experiment. So this is the spring which we are going to use, and we will measure the length of the spring. So the initial length of the spring is suppose 25 centimeter. It is 25 centimeter. Now we are going to add 1 kilogram of the mass. So 1 kilogram mass is added to the spring. Then the deflection, so the new length of the spring is 27 centimeter. So we have got the 2 centimeter deflection for a load of 1 kilogram. Now we will find out the experimental natural frequency. So how to calculate that experimental natural frequency, that we will see. Okay. Now we will write first the observation table. So to calculate the experimental natural frequency, we will perform the experiment and we will note the readings in the table. Here number of oscillations, that is n, time required for n oscillations in seconds, time required for one oscillation in seconds, average time, and the reciprocal of time t is equal to frequency. So here Fn is equal to 1 upon t. So we will oscillate the spring for 10, 15 and 20 oscillations. Measure the times 13, 17 and 21. These are the time required for this particular oscillations, and we will calculate the time required for one oscillation. So taking the average of these three will get you the t, that is the average time, and the reciprocal of that t is nothing but the experimental natural frequency. So we will perform the experiment. Now how to calculate? So we have already measured the stiffness of the spring, mass attached is 1 kilogram. So theoretical natural frequency is omega n equal to under root of k upon m, that we have got. Now how to calculate the experimental natural frequency? So we will oscillate this spring mass system and we will measure with the help of stopwatch the time required for the particular oscillations. So we have the stopwatch, and now with this we will measure the time required for the particular oscillations. So you set it on oscillating. So initially we have applied the some force and release. So the spring is started vibration in the longitudinal direction. So we have to measure the time required for how number of oscillations. So we will measure the time required for 10, 1, 2, 3. So from down to upward, that is the one oscillation. So we will measure the time required for 10, 15 and 20 oscillations, and from your stopwatch you will get the time required. So this way, by oscillating the spring, we can measure the time required for the particular oscillations. Substituting the values of time required over here, and after the completion of this table, you will come to know the experimental natural frequency. Theoretical natural frequency, which we have already seen how to calculate, 1 upon 2 pi k upon m. So here, this is the theoretical frequency we have calculated by calculating the mass stiffness k and mass 1 kilogram, and we are calculating the experimental frequency, and we will compare these two. So at the end of this experiment, you will come to know that the theoretical natural frequency and experimental natural frequency both are coming same. And so finally, you have to write the result and conclude from the experiment.